Welcome to our coverage of Leeds United versus Liverpool. Let's hand over to your match commentator now. As the teams are getting ready to come out, it's over to JB.
Thank you, Ross. Well, the atmosphere at Ellen Road is absolute fever pitch, marching on together. The message in the crowd as Leeds take the field to a raucous reception from at least 3/4 of Ellen Road. And wasn't it great to have the Leeds fans back for a Premier League game? They've been craving it for so long. They were back in the Premier League, of course, last season. But sadly for the fans, they weren't allowed to attend any of the matches in the main because of the restrictions because of the pandemic restrictions. But now they're in full force. A full house of around about 35,000 here for this clash. And it's their rivals way down the other end of the M62, Liverpool. Great atmosphere being generated around this famous old stadium. And what an atmosphere too. And there is a cracking atmosphere here. That's for sure. That's Leeds. Now line up against the Liverpool side. Let's look at the two teams then. Starting with Leeds. Marcelo Bielsa is their manager. Ilan Meslier is in goal for them, the young French goalkeeper. Then it's Luke Ayling, Diego Llorente, Liam Cooper, and Junior Firpo across the back. So 4 and 4 across the back there. An Englishman, a Spaniard. Calvin Phillips will play as an anchorman in midfield. And then a four attacking midfielders, Rafinha, Rodrigo, Stuart Dallas, and Jack Harrison. And that's, of course, Northern Irish. And up front, Patrick Bamford, who recently played in the game against Andorra a week ago. Klaassen, Strick, Creswell, James, Somerville, Klitsch, McCarran, Shackleton, and Roberts are the substitutes. Liverpool with Alisson in goal, back forward Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joe Matip, Virgil van Dijk, and Andy Robertson, the first choice back four in my eyes. Then three in midfield, where Fabinho and Thiago are joined by Harvey Elliott, a young 18-year-old who wears number 67. And then up front, Mo Salah, Diego Jota, who plays centrally as the front three, and Sadio Mane, who will play on that left side of the front three. On the bench, Cahara, Konate, Gomez, Tomikask, Milner, Keita, Henderson, Jones, and Oxlade-Chamberlain, with Jurgen Klopp as their manager. Great atmosphere. Applause from Jack Harrison to the fans. Emotional times here. 8 goals and 8 assists in the Premier League last season. Certainly has the skills to prove it. He's a very good player. Really impressed as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Most chances created by any elite player in the Premier League this season. A whopping 15 chances created by him. He started the season off very well in a very competitive manner. There's Marcelo Bielsa, the charismatic Leeds manager who still doesn't speak English. Still speaks these days by an interpreter. Jurgen Klopp without the specs today. Black baseball cap and hooded tops for him. And the players, of course, will take the obligatory knee in combating against racism, in not just in football, as I say, but all walks of life too. And getting a good round of applause as well. And don't forget the Premier League website too. If you see any or hear any racism, www.premierleague.com/report racism. The referee today is Craig Pawson, who gets us underway from South Yorkshire, and it's Leeds in all white getting us underway, attacking the Norman Hunter stand away to my right-hand side. Leeds attacking the Don Revie end in this first half. Ball knocked forward again towards Rafinha. Just to complete the assistance, incidentally, Lee Betts and Richard West are the 2 linesmen. Andy Medley's the 4th official, and we've got VAR as usual for Premier League matches. We've got Darren England at Stockley Park for any particular untoward activity. 40 seconds gone then. Alternate delayed commentary on this Sunday afternoon on JB Sports, J-DAC Football, Storm FM, TC Hub 2 and TC Hub's YouTube channel as well. Plus we're on Periscope, Twitter and Twitch. Leeds against Liverpool here in the Premier League. The penultimate game of the league this weekend, of course, tomorrow it's Everton against Burnley. This is Mo Salah now for Everton's neighbours Liverpool, who are at Leeds this afternoon. Alexander-Arnold now takes possession. We were at Old Trafford yesterday for a cracking debut for Cristiano Ronaldo. And a cracking atmosphere at Old Trafford it was too yesterday. Well, we get the same here at a packed Ellen Road today. Rafinha under pressure from Andy Robertson, who certainly won high praise for the way he captained Scotland in the week in that fantastic victory against Austria. Terrific performance from the Scots on Tuesday night in that away from home. Virgil van Dijk, the captain for Liverpool at the moment. Of course, the regular cup captain, Jordan Henderson, is amongst the substitutes. Kicked away by Alisson. We've had 2 minutes here. 0-0 at Ellen Road. Leeds and Liverpool, the 2 teams facing off here in this game this afternoon. The only Premier League game this afternoon, incidentally. As Melier now takes possession inside his own penalty area. As I say, Liverpool attacking the Don Revie end in the first half away to my left. As Leeds now come forward with Luke Ayling. Ayling now touching it on. And Rafinha trying to get the ball forward with off Fabinho's leg, and it's out for the throw-in. And some good action on the hub, this TC Hub this week, and that's a good ball over the top. Bamford's onto it. Bamford takes it on the volley, hits it wide, right-footed. I think the angle was a bit tight. In fact, the linesman on the near side, Richard West, had put his flag up, and offside was given. And here comes Thiago now on the ball, number 6 on the left-hand side. That's the going field. He's getting some good tackles in early doors, and a throw there conceded by number 40, Diego Llorente. Jurgen Klopp, no specs for him today. Actually unbeaten in 3 previous games against Leeds as a manager. Of course, they played each other on opening day a year ago when the season actually started in September, and won 4-3, you may recall, on opening day. And Leeds didn't make it easy for them that day, I can tell you. Ball not long and high there towards one of the Leeds players there, and a chance now for Leeds to come charging forward over halfway. Here's Harrison now, taking on all comers, playing a lovely ball in there, but knocked away once more. Here's Cooper. Harrison on the overlap once again. Ball knocked back in there once more by Kelvin Phillips, but he's lost possession that time. And now Salah to break to Jota. Back to Salah again. Kelvin Phillips getting back there and getting a foot in, but Salah's not going to be denied. Salah now down the right-hand side. He's got Mane waiting in the middle. Salah goes down. The referee thought about it and doesn't give the free kick. Craig Pawson was happy with that decision. And away we go again. Rafinha now has it on the right for Leeds. Good open field to this game. Rafinha is inside the area. Takes on all comers. There's a chance on here. Good save by the goalkeeper. The shot came in. Rafinha had created a chance. Here's Ayling. Rafinha this time. Cross comes in and knocked away once more. But the first real test has come at Alisson, and he was up to the task. We'll try and find out who had the shot there, because it came at breakneck speed, that. And now Jota, and now Liverpool have it now with Mane. Deep inside Leeds territory, the ball not forward, and Melier gets on the end of it. It was Elliott who played the ball forward. Rodrigo hit the shot that tested Alisson's palms. It was a lovely break here by Leeds, and it was started here with Rafinha now running towards the edge of the area. Rodrigo got it, hit it on the left foot. It was a good save that from Alisson. Although Rodrigo, if he had his time again, might have been advised to going towards one of the corners perhaps. and make it that doubly difficult for Alisson in the Liverpool goals. Phillips gets the ball forward. Rafinha's just kept it in on the near side, but Robertson gets back and finds the goalkeeper no trouble at all. That's Alisson, the big Brazilian, of course. Still no goals here at Ellen Road, which would come up to 5 minutes gone on the TC Hub. Delayed alternate commentary on Leeds against Liverpool, one of the great top-flight clashes of modern eras. Going back to the 60s, of course, when Liverpool were the champions of the land under the great Bill Shankly, and Leeds were their perennial challengers under Don Revie. You had the likes of Hughes, Smith, St John, Toshack, Keegan on Liverpool's side. And of course, Leeds, Hunter, Bremner, Giles, Clark, Charlton, people like that, names that just roll off the tongue. It's just, and here in 2021, here's Alexander-Arnold. Oh, it's across the goal, and Jota only needed a touch inside that 6-yard area. It was a lovely crossing from the right from Trent Alexander-Arnold. It was a wonderful ball in. Mane does well there. Ball knocked away by one of the Leeds defenders. It may have been Liam Cooper. There's the cross coming in, and it was just a yard or two in front of Diego Jota. If he had about size 11s instead of size 9s, would have made it 1-0. But anyway, back to the game, and it's Leeds in possession now with Kelvin Phillips trying to break up play to anchorman in midfield. But here come Liverpool again, and Salah's on the chase. But so too is number 3 here. That is Junior Firpo. But still Liverpool have the possession. Fabinho touches it back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now Salah. Salah now has to check. 7.5 minutes gone. It's 0-0. Here's Mane now. Mane, right-hand side, just on the edge of the penalty area. Mane turns, gets to the byline, and Melia came and got the ball. It was a confident take by the 21-year-old French goalkeeper. Terrific goalkeeping there. And of course, he'll be obviously in Didier Deschamps' mind. Maybe in future French squads, because he, in the last year or so since he's been at Leeds, Melier, he looks a very accomplished goalkeeper. Of course, when you've got the likes of Hugo Lloris in front of you in the pecking order, it's quite hard sometimes, as Bamford had noted out for a needless throw into Liverpool. So we've had just over 8 minutes of the first half. Still 0-0, as you know. We're on the far side to Liverpool. And the great atmosphere is there for all to see as Trent Alexander-Arnold takes that throw in. Works for Salah, who's been held there by the Leeds defender, and Salah reckons he could have had an advantage. He'll get the free kick there. Junior Firpo has been penalised. He had a lot of shirt, to be fair. And in fairness to him, doesn't complain about the decision. 9 gone, 0-0. Delayed commentary on the TC Hub, J-DAC Football, JB Sports, Storm FM, and TC Hub 2. Of course, we're on Periscope, Twitter, and Twitch, of course. And our streaming partner for the season is the Melon app, www.melonapp.com. If you want to know about Melon app, Melon streaming app. Meanwhile, here at Ellen Road, free kick into the wall. It goes. It wasn't a very good one, as it turned out. It was Trent Alexander-Arnold. As Thiago picks the ball up now for Liverpool. Still 0-0. And the ball knocked back there by Harvey Elliott, number 67. Back into the goalkeeper, Alisson, who's halfway inside his own half. About 30 yards out of his goal, but wasn't put under any great pressure. Liverpool still have it with Mr. Van Dijk. That's Virgil van Dijk as we come up to the 10-minute mark. And Ellen Road. Liverpool being held by Leeds 0-0. First opportunity fell for Rodrigo when he hit it at the goalkeeper. Apart from that, nothing else has happened so far in terms of clear-cut opportunities. Melia's looked very good when called upon to catch 1 or 2 crosses and stop 1 or 2 things. But here come Liverpool now, the red shirts. Both teams in traditional colours. Marnie thought about the shot, deflects and just deflects. Couple of yards wide of the right-hand post. It came off Lorente for that corner. It was a left-footed attempt from just to the left of the D from Sadio Mane there. Takes the ball, pirouettes, turns, gets his left foot shot off and deflects off Lorente. And on another day, that could have gone easily into the back of the net, into the right-hand corner instead of to the right of the post. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Corner kick for Liverpool. 11 gone at Ellen Road. Two of English football's great names facing off here this afternoon. As that corner comes into the penalty area, knocked away by Leeds, only half away. Salah with a header back in. Harvey Elliott is jumping in there too. And knocked away, and Robertson can get it back to his goalkeeper, Allison. Liverpool starting to exert a little bit more pressure on that Leeds back line. Salah now in field. Oh, there looked a wrestling match there. It's another foul. Liam Cooper, the offender. Sadio Mane, the man. He was his victim. And a free kick has been awarded. And there's no doubt, little or no doubt about that one, I think. Good decision there. And Cooper's actually picked himself a booking. That's his third booking of the season. And with 12 minutes gone on TC Hub, it's a free kick to Liverpool, deep inside Leeds territory. So danger here for the men in white. As Trent Alexander-Arnold prepares to take another free kick. And this really is a dangerous situation as well. It is Alexander-Arnold right-footed to the penalty area, but it misses everybody inside that penalty area. It goes into touch and behind for a Leeds United goal kick with 12 and a half minutes gone. Not to get used to Jurgen Klopp without glasses, isn't it? I wonder if he's had laser eye surgery done on his eyes. Well, I'm sure he'll find out. We'll find out in the fullness of time why he's not wearing specs, but at the moment, his team just starting to pair a little bit at the moment, but Leeds have had the best chance already in this opening 13 minutes. Ball knocked away, but not very far, and Elliott touches it on, but only as far as Kelvin Phillips, and Phillips almost gets Bamford on his way. It was a lovely little idea from Kelvin Phillips, who made a terrific little burst, ran about 10-15 yards with the ball through the centre of the field. And then just almost laid Bamford in. If he had just took a good first touch there, Patrick Bamford, and steadied himself, the Leeds could have been in there for the opening goal. Tackled Swine in, but the referee letting it go. Meslier out of his goal before Mane could get in there. And it's out of play for a throw-in to Liverpool on the near side, practically on halfway. Meslier, the Leeds United goalkeeper, so far yet to make a sensational save yet in this match, or be tested in a very big way. Here's Thiago for Liverpool. Turns away, gets the ball out towards the far side. It picks out Mo Salah, number 11. Here he is now, into Alexander-Arnold. Now the ball is with Salah now. Picks the ball up, chips it in there. And a chance in there. Good save. Brilliant save from Meslier. It was Jota in the penalty area. It was a lovely ball in from Salah after some good work by Harvey Elliott as well on that right-hand side. Jota was onside, volleyed it goalwards, and Meslier has made his first big save, even though he made it a lot more, although from where I saw it, he probably made it look a lot more easier than what it was. Now, a yellow card has been brandished, and I think it may have been a foul on, was it Rodrigo? Or was it potentially a handball? It was certainly a foul, regardless. It came off his arm as well, but it was certainly a foul anyway. And the yellow card has been given to Fabinho. That's his first booking of the season. 15 minutes gone. 0-0 is the score. If you've just joined us on this delayed commentary on the TC Hub, J-DAC Football, JB Sports, Storm FM, and of course TC Hub number 2. As Leeds now come gallivanting forward, but it's Mo Salah now on the break now for Liverpool. They've got a chance to gallivant forward themselves. Here's Thiago on to Mane, and he can't just find Salah. Cooper was there, right place, right time. Just cut the ball out nice and easy there. But at the moment, still no breakthrough, as you see, as you may hear. As Rafinha finds the ball forward, and that's a good ball from Rodrigo into Bamford's path. Rodrigo's making a good run into the middle, and Bamford chips it over to the far post. Can't find Jack Harrison, although he's kept it in by the far corner quadrant. Alexander-Arnold is there to him on the left-hand side for Leeds. Cross comes in there from Firpo, Junior Firpo, looking for Ayling, and Ayling tries to keep the ball in play. It's a Liverpool throw-in. Won by Diego Jota. Some good work by him. Leeds and Liverpool giving a good account of themselves here, and a tremendous game of football, which is yet to yield a goal. It's throw is taken by Andy Robertson, the Scottish international. Game of head tennis going on there, and ball out of play for a Leeds United ball, I think. This has got the Ellen Rail crowd buzzing now with excitement. Marcelo Bielsa certainly knows the score as Leeds United manager. 17 gone. Leeds 0, Liverpool 0, in association with our streaming partner this season, which is melonapp.com. Ball knocked in the air and away by Robertson. We brought you some great weekend of Premier League action. And, of course, Football League, of course, started our party off on Friday with a tremendous win for Birmingham City against the luckless Wayne Rooney and Derby County. Ronaldo put on a terrific one-man show at Old Trafford yesterday, supported by Bruno Fernandes. Then Chelsea beat Aston Villa live. And now here, we've got a good game on here. Chance for Leeds, and Mane gets it out, and Jota now can break from Liverpool, but won back bluntly by Firpo. Laurentiis has possession, and Leeds now getting behind their team, the supporters, that is. Good ball from Ayling, and now can Rafinha take it nicely? He can't. Oh, Rodrigo, I should say. Rafinha wears 10. As Jota takes possession. Looks for Mane. Mane on the break. Salah on the far side. It's Mo Salah now on the right-hand side. He's got support coming in. It's still Salah. Mane shoots. Hits the defender. He has a bit of support from Harvey Elliott. And the ball runs into touch, I think, for a corner. Mo Salah again proving a threat on that far side for Liverpool. And Mane just having a little chuckle to themselves. But it's a Liverpool corner. And Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to take it. We're coming up to the 19th minute of the first half here at Ellen Road. Leeds United 0, Liverpool 0 in the Premier League. And Dyke and Matip both forward from the back as Leeds get that corner. Alexander-Arnold put in. Ball's back on halfway again. Thiago gets possession. Thiago over halfway. Now Andrew Robertson, who stayed back for all these set places. Fabinho now takes control, and he runs past his man. Here's Elliott. Elliott now back to Thiago. Thiago again, moving the ball between the lines, and Matip now invited to come forward from halfway. Salah back to Matip, and now we play the 1-2. No, he's played it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Salah's waiting in the middle. Salah taps it in. Salah taps it in from 6 yards, and it's an opening goal for Liverpool. Brilliantly created, beautifully constructed, and it was all started by the run of Joel Matip, as the Liverpool fans in the John Charles stand go absolutely crazy. As I say, it was all started really by the working industry of Joel Matip, invited to come forward, and Leeds really gave him that license to come forward. Picked out Salah just on the right of the D. Played a 1-2 here. And then the ball laid in to Alexander-Arnold's path. Maybe a slide into offside, potentially against Marnie, but the rule is he doesn't interfere with play, then the goal doesn't happen. Well, he's in the line of fire, but Salah's definitely onside. And Liverpool get their noses in front. Matip, a terrific break. And a terrific Liverpool goal. Well constructed, and the goal rightly given. And that's 100 goals for Mo Salah in Premier League football. And a big congratulations to Mo Salah. Great moment for him. And a good moment for Liverpool. One up here at Ellen Road. Now Leeds have got to try and come forward and try and get this equalising goal if they can. Melier now gets it forward. Here's Cooper. Knocks it long. We're out-footed. And again, Liverpool reading Leeds' intentions very clearly. And so far, it's working in Liverpool's favour. And here's Robertson now getting forward on the left-hand side. They've been using Trent Alexander-Arnold more than they have Robertson in this first 21 minutes. 21 and a half minutes. Got to be taken by Robertson, midway inside the Leeds half. And that'll just dampen down the atmosphere at Ellen Road a little bit. All you can hear is Liverpool fans. Marnie hits it off Ayling, or does he? No, he doesn't. Marnie miscues it. Familiar face in the crowd, Robbie Fowler. 175 he ended up with. Mo Salah's got, Robbie Fowler's 8. It took him 175 appearances. It took Mo Salah just 162 appearances. I got that stat completely wrong. I misread that. Anyway, we've had 22 and a half minutes got at Ellen Road. We're halfway through the first half, and it's Leeds 0, Liverpool 1 on TC Hub. In association with our broadcast partners, J-DAC Football, JB Sports, my own channel, of course, and a big hello to all my subscribers. Storm FM and TC Hub 2. We're also on Periscope, Twitter, and Twitch as well. Don't forget our Twitter handle, of course, as Liverpool win a throw-in. Don't forget our Twitter handle, Commentary Live 1. Commentary Live 1 is the Twitter handle. And, of course, we've got a Facebook page as well, www.facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. So lots of fab stuff for you to check out on our Facebook page and Twitter handles as well. As Van Dijk knocks the ball forward, looking to Jota, who gets in on halfway, finds Mo Salah. And Salah now will run at Firpo, and he's beaten Firpo there, not once but twice. Salah hits it off the defender Firpo, and it's out for a throw-in. Almost in line of the 18-yard box of Leeds to Liverpool. Junior Firpo, to give him his actual name, although he wears Junior on his back. Liverpool get the throw. Remember, leading by a goal to nil. And here come Liverpool once more with Matip again allowed to run forward, and Leeds giving that space, and Salah is onside. Just to check, has to cross back, a chance in there, and a second goal, brilliantly put away by Thiago, but the flag has actually gone up now, and Richard West says no goal. If he's offside, then why on earth do we have to let the play? Once again, it's another commentary, and I must have been on 14 different occasions either hosting and presenting a commentary this season on the TC Hub. And on practically each occasion, I have criticised this ridiculous offside law, and I'm going to say it again. If he's offside, just put the flag up and save us all a load of time. Great header in, but if he's offside, stop the game. Give Leeds the free kick. Yeah, they got the right decision. But just give Leeds the free kick at that point and then get on with the game. That is infuriating for supporters and commentators and everyone else alike. The sooner that ridiculous offside law, that particular bit of the offside law is outlawed, the better it'll be. Here's Elliott, pulled back and from 6 yards. Marnie has somehow managed to get his right foot underneath the ball and scoop it practically from 4 yards out over the crossbar into the Don Revy stand and behind for a goal kick. And, well, Harvey Elliott, full marks for persistence. Good cross. May have just been behind Marnie a little bit as well. But look at Harvey Elliott. He's a good young player. And he's showing just why there as he cuts in from the left, right-hand side. Oh, and Marnie, when he looks back at that again, be cursing his luck a little bit. But here he is now on the ball straight away. And Jota inside the penalty area. Jota pulls it back. Thiago will shoot. Hits the defender. Cannons away now for Leeds. But Liverpool win it with Robertson. 26 gone. They're winning 1-0, the Reds. Here's Jota now. And ball back down to Salah. And here's Robertson inside the penalty area. Pulled back and a chance here for Elliott. And Elliott might get another chance. Elliott again. Good save by Meslier. And cannons away and swerved away for a corner. But it looks as if Harvey Elliott, who's making his third consecutive Premier League start this season, looks as if he was going to mark that third appearance with a goal here. Came off the defender, which was Liam Cooper. Came back into his path. He cut towards the right-hand side of the 6-yard area. Meslier came out to meet him. And Meslier made a super block. Still 1-0 to Liverpool. Lead under the cosh now as we come up to 27 minutes played. Corner taken by Alexander-Arnold. And Van Dijk was unmarked, virtually unmarked, and should have scored. It was headed away off the line for another corner, but they left Virgil van Dijk completely free. And Leeds, for that, nearly paid the penalty. Alexander-Arnold to take the corner again. They can't afford to leave Van Dijk free a second time, can they? And well, it's a poor corner, really. That second one from Alexander-Arnold. But Liverpool should be out of sight by now. There's no doubt about that. Leeds, after a good first 10, 15 minutes, just been pulled back on their own just sort of the last sort of 5 or 10 minutes. The goal scored by Salah certainly been the cause for most of that. But Leeds have just got to regroup now. Leeds still without a win, of course. They picked up a couple of draws against Everton here on the second weekend of the season. Then they picked up a draw before the international break at Burnley. As Bamford, who scored in that game, comes forward, but Alisson just booted out of play for a throw-in midway inside the Liverpool half to Leeds on the near side. And of course, they lost 5-1 on opening day to Manchester United at Old Trafford. So, ailing with the throw then for Leeds. Back to number 10, Rafinha. Now, ailing again. But lovely play again from Robertson, just getting in the way, but not very far. And here's Rafinha again trying to run down that right-hand alley. But he's lost out this time. Llorente has possession and has to go back to his goalkeeper. Meslier. Leeds 0, Liverpool 1 is the score in the Premier League. Delayed commentary on the TC Hub and all the participating broadcast partners that we have on board this season, including JB Sports and J-DAC Football, Storm FM and TC Hub number 2. We're also on the stream, also is on Periscope, Twitter and Twitch. Here's Bamford taking that down first time on the chest. And a chance now for Bamford, trying to be laid in by Rodrigo. And the ball just beat him out of touch, and a goal kick to Liverpool as we come up to 29 and a half minutes gone of the first half here. Touch and go where he was offside or not, but the officials allowed it to happen. This touch from Bamford was not the best. And it allowed Robertson just to shepherd the ball out of play for a goal kick to Liverpool. Here's Jota picking it up on halfway, goes down midway side, the Leeds half. Llorente's going to get himself a bookable offence. Craig Pawson now starting to dish out yellow cards now at quite a number of intervals here. So it means that both Leeds centre-backs are now on yellow cards. And that's his first of the season, Diego Llorente. Ball won by Leeds deep inside their own half. Now they've got Jack Harrison on the ball. He's on the left-hand side. He's taken on Alexander-Arnold. Has to switch the ball to number 10 there, which is Rafinha, but he's lost possession. And Leeds just been hassled a little bit now because here's Mane now on the break for Liverpool. Looks for Mo Salah. Salah the goal scorer. In from the right. Mane will shoot. Mane shoots and just wide of that left-hand post. Just shot to the right of D. Hit it left-footed. And hit it just wide of that far left-hand post. I tell you what, it would have been a picture book second goal for Liverpool, but just wide of the target. There it is, just going wide. Almost hitting the television camera behind the goal, and we've got an injury here. And it looks like Llorente is going to have to take no further part. Could be a hammy, actually. Let's have a look. There's two physios on the field. It's hard to see where it is. It could be the hammy. It's certainly the back of it, anyway. They're already preparing Strick to come on. James Milner warming up. Started his career as a 16-year-old at Leeds many moons ago. 2002, 2003. November 2002 it was, and he made 54 appearances before being sold. I think it was to Newcastle. But terrific young player that came through the ranks at Ellen Road, and Llorente can't take any further part. His race has been won, or his race has been run rather than won. So after 32 minutes, Leeds forced into an early change. Marcelo Bielsa will be disappointed that has had to happen, but sometimes these things do happen. And Strick now, Pascal Strick, will come on now to replace him. And he'll play, I think, alongside Liam Cooper at centre-back. We'll see how that one progresses. 32 and nearly 33 minutes of the first half played. At least if you just joined us here, alternate delayed commentary of Leeds Liverpool on JB on the commentary with JB Sports and J-DAC Football, Storm FM, and of course TC 2. The news is that Mo Salah scored after 20 minutes, and Llorente has gone off with an injury and now has been replaced by Pascal Strick at centre back. So sort of a light replacement. Before then, Rodrigo had forced a good save out of Alisson in the opening stages. Jota volleyed well, saved of course by Ilan Melier in the Leeds goal. 33 gone. And there's Alisson to kick away, looking for Salah, who takes it down on the chest. Subconsciously on the right-hand side, and they almost got Trent Alexander-Arnold in. It was a good challenge there by Firpo, and he did really well. Harrison now. Salah's actually gone back there to help out, and Harrison can't thread the ball through. Hit Fabinho. And Fabinho has it deep inside his own half. And then the ball ushered back to Melier. Virgil van Dijk, now the Liverpool captain, taking calm control of the situation. Thiago now touches it back, tries to play the 1-2. Well intercepted again by Strick. And then tries to hook the ball through, but can't be found. Here's Joel Matip, whose run actually led to the 1-2 being played for Salah to score the opening goal of the game. Some 14 minutes ago since that goal happened. Liverpool in complete control, although the lead on paper, you would still say is a slender one. 1-0, they do lead. Here's Robertson now to Joel Matip. Matip now comes up towards halfway and plays the ball forward, and Salah is offside. In fact, it was Trent Alexander-Arnold who was offside and not Mo. So our final 10 minutes of the first half. Jürgen Koch having one or two words for his bench at the moment. His team are in complete control of this game. No specs for the Liverpool manager today. I'm sure he'll give an explanation as to why. As Liverpool now have the ball again with Fabinho, with Thiago, and look at Jota now, or Robert Elliott, sorry, I should say. Jota, he's fed Mo Salah again. He's had a good game first half, Harvey Elliott. Certainly been at most of the good things that Liverpool have done, especially in the midfield areas. Now then, a chance now for Leeds to come gallivanting forward. The attempted crossfield pass is hit off a defender and out for a throw. It was Stuart Dallas involved. Not to Leeds, Rafinha to take. Oh no, he's going to leave it to Luke Ayling. He's going to take the ball himself. Ayling, oh dear me, that was poor. A couple of bad touches there from Luke Ayling. Marcelo Bielsa. Marcelo Bielsa just wanting a bit more from his troops at the moment as we go into the business end of the first half here at Ellen Road. Well taken. And I think the referee isn't happy about something. I wonder if it was a foul throw. He's going to have it retaken. Robertson's going to take it. That's a better throw. That was more like a throw-in. Although Haley wins it for Leeds. Ball not forward this time, and Thiago takes possession for Liverpool. Looks for Mane. Mane takes it into the centre circle and tries to dart away from a couple of all-comers. And now finds Virgil van Dijk. Now just to the left of the centre circle he goes, and down on the side. And Thiago now on his turn to number 67, Elliott. Thiago again takes possession. And the Liverpool machine is being well oiled today. Mo Salah's had a good match so far. Of course, no Roberto Firmino through injury as well. And good turn again from Alexander-Arnold. Pulled back just behind Jota. It'll come to Harvey Elliott. Elliott shoots him outside the area and just wide of that left-hand post. It was a terrific white-footed effort. And just on the edge of the D from Harvey Elliott, who's certainly having a game to remember here at Ellen Road this afternoon. Certainly an early candidate possibly for our Man of the Match award, sponsored by Commentary Services. He's having some first half here, Harvey Elliott. Leeds have a goal kick with 38 gone. They trail 1-0 live delayed commentary on the TC Hub. And here comes Jota now for Liverpool. The flag stays down. Jota running towards the edge of the D. Strikes the shot left-footed. Hits the defender again. And Leeds come away with the ball. But if it's Strick. Now a chance now for Rafinha towards the edge of the area. Cuts in from the right. Rafinha tries to pick out Harrison on the far side. Can't be found. And Thiago has it now for Liverpool. All over the halfway line. Here's Harvey Elliott again. He's got Salah and Mane up ahead. Still Elliott. And he goes down. And Mane has had to stop. Balen picks the ball up. Wasn't Harvey Elliott. It was Diego Jota. He took one. It's a free kick. Leeds are complaining because they felt they should have had a free kick down the other end. We'll try and clear that up in just a second. Both sets of players are complaining to referee Porson, who's at the centre of one or two things. Now, this is the handball, was it potentially by Harvey Elliott? Hits his foot, loops up, hits his arm. I'm not sure, even though it's outstretched, I'm not sure Elliott knows too much about it. And then Jota runs in there. That's definitely a foul. Not a bookable offence. Liverpool got themselves a free kick from around about 20, 22, 23 yards. On the left of the centre. Left of centre. Into the D. Referee Pawson just making sure that Leeds ball is the correct distance back. The full 10 yards behind the ball. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mo Salah, the two-men committee. Looks like it's going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold to take the free kick, right-footed. Mo Salah maybe with the left foot as well, but Trent Alexander-Arnold certainly looks odds-on favourite here. I'm sure that Lowe looks a bit 10 yards back, but it's hard to tell from where we're sitting. But here's Alexander-Arnold, strikes it right-footed, hits the wall. It's that sea of white. And Liverpool get a throw in after Leeds boot it straight out of play. Robertson to take it, still deep inside Leeds territory on the near side. We're inside the last 4 minutes of the first half, plus any stoppage or injury time. And of course, we'll get that from Andy Madley when the 45 minutes are up here at Ellen Road. Been a good first half. Liverpool leading by that 1-0. Scored in the 20th minute by Mohamed Salah. As Liverpool now try to break, and Jota might get in there, but out comes Meslier. Quick as lightning. Grease lightning even. Gets the ball moving now for Leeds. Attempts. Leeds have had one attempt in the match so far. Liverpool a whopping 12. And on target, Leeds have had that one. And earlier on, and Liverpool have had 3, and one of them has counted big time with a goal. So 22. 2 over here as we go towards half time. Don't forget our streaming partner for the season is the Melon app. All the W's, melonapp.com. It's a streaming app and a very good one too. So it's time to get to check out our Twitter handle, Commentary Live 1 on Twitter. If you want to look at our fantastic Facebook page, it's www.facebook.com/Commentary Hub. Now, here's a chance now for the ball to be knocked in there by Harvey Elliott, but he's lost possession that time. At least could have a little break on here now if I can get Strick forward here on this far side. He's got Harrison over on the row number 19. Rodrigo in there. Rodrigo will have a second bite. Harrison's crossing there. It comes in there towards Ayling, who came in at the far post. It's knocked away once more. Still 0-0. Ball chipped out to the far side, and Leeds are now going for the kill. Crossing from the right to the left-hand side. Ayling on the volley, and over the top of the bar. Best move that Leeds have fashioned for some time. It was a good crossing from the left-hand side, and Ayling attempting to volley it goalwards. May have been better advice to go in there with a stupid header, maybe. In fact, he tried to knee the ball into the back of the net rather than volley it, although would have been a terrific goal if he'd executed that move. Executed the effort better, but it ballooned up off his knee and over. But I think maybe he should have tried to stoop for the header and try and make it 1-1 that way. Free kick against Strick on Mane. And the referee on the spot so far. You've got our eyes in the back of your head, I think. Well, Jurgen Klopp knows that this game is far from one yet. Going to the last minute of normal time. He'll just want to get to half time. Still up, 1-up, as Robertson takes a free kick in towards the 6-yard area. Chances here for Liverpool. Oh, and was that a possibility of a penalty? Not many great appeals, to be fair, from Liverpool. After doing a bit of defending there, Mo Salah, a bit of a sarcastic smile. Liverpool get the throw in line with the 6-yard box of Leeds. On the near side, Robertson to take. We're inside the last 10 seconds of normal time at the end of a very highly competitive first 45. And we'll look towards Andy Madley to see how much longer we're going to have on. Ball back to Allison, and we're going to have 2 added minutes, says Andy Madley, the 4th official. 2 added minutes at the end of what's been a highly competitive first half, and it's Liverpool leading. They've had the better of things. They've had more shots at goal. They've had something like 14 attempts just on memory. Then Leeds have just had the 2. One on target, one off target, just a moment or two from the near Luke Ayling. But a penny from Marcelo Bielsa's thoughts. And a big half-time team talk certainly ahead for him. Will be an Argentinian. Leeds now Liverpool 1. As we come towards almost the second minute of the 2. The ball now breaks to Marnie, coming up towards the edge of the area. Marnie now dances in there. Does he go? He goes down, but he went to ground a little bit too easily for me. Craig Pawson didn't want to know. In fairness to Marnie, no great appeals. Just good strength from the Leeds defender more than anything else. Stood his ground. Nothing wrong with that. So we're into the second minute or 2, for which we've had 20 seconds of it. Well taken by Robertson. Ayling cuts that, Robert cuts that one out. Another throw to Liverpool near side. 30 seconds to go of the stoppage time. I should also stress that it's a minimum of 2 minutes. So referee Pawson could overrule and add a little bit more time on if he wanted to. It's Leeds now, Liverpool 1. Salah's goal after 20 minutes, the difference. Elliott trying to get in there, but the ball breaks kindly to Meslier. Inside the last 10 seconds of the 2 additional. Meslier still taking his time here. And in fact, he doesn't even get a chance to take the kick from his hands because the referee has bolted for half-time, and it's Mo Salah who's given Liverpool the lead on 20 minutes. It was Joel Matip's run. There was a 1-2 play with Trent Alexander-Arnold, and in came Salah to bash it in from 6 yards to give Liverpool the lead. They've been the better side. Leeds have had a few sights of themselves. Ayling coming close as well. But Leeds have got it all to do in the second half. They trail Liverpool at half-time by 1-0. And with that, let's get back to Russ Burnham.
Thank you very much there, JB. We're back to him in a few moments. It's half-time then at Ellen Road. Leeds United trailed by 1-0 thanks to Mohamed Salah's 300th Premier League goal. Let's see what the second half brings in a few moments. The teams are on the way out for the second half. Let's hand back over to JB.
Thank you, Russ. Welcome back to Leeds against Liverpool on the TC Hub. Game at Ellen Road. Tyler Roberts is going to be replacing coming on for the second half. There he is, Tyler Roberts. He's going to be replacing Rodrigo for the start of the second half. And, Liverpool yet to make a substitution. So Tyler Roberts now gets an opportunity to impress for the next potentially 45 minutes or so. Number 11. There's Rodrigo off. So Tyler Roberts, of course, of Wales. Welsh international. Rodrigo of Spain off. As you were for Liverpool, Leeds now forced into 2 substitutions. Strick and now Tyler Roberts on. So Liverpool in red to get us underway, attacking the Norman Hunter stand in the second half. Leeds attacking their favourite Don Revie end in the second. Can Leeds get back into this game? That's the crucial question. Bielsa's thrown on a substitution in Tyler Roberts to see if they can do it. We'll see what the Welshman can do here, but it's an Englishman here on the chase. It's Patrick Bamford. Won his first cap for England against Andorra a week ago. Can he work the oracle here for Leeds in his second half? And he substituted early in the first half, and it's taken nicely there by Allison. Did really well. And some of Bielsa there watching on. We had a few choice words. So Leeds line up now with Meslier in goal for them. Back four of Ayling, Strick, who came on as a substitute in the first half. Cooper and Fairpole. Phillips the anchor man in midfield, holding midfielder. It's Rafinha, Roberts, who's just come on, Dallas and Harrison. Bamford up front for Leeds. Liverpool with Alisson in goal, unchanged from the first half. Back four of Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Van Dijk and Robertson. And then free midfield, Harvey Elliott, Fabinho and Thiago. And up front, Mo Salah, Diego Jota and Sadio Mane. And that's the 11s for the second half confirmed. We've had over 90 seconds gone in the second half and the ball played back to Alisson. Made a very good save, of course, from Rodrigo earlier on. We'll just have to see how he goes in the second half. Jurgen Klopp wearing spectacles today. As I suggested, he may have been using laser eyes surgery. Went ahead at half time. Liverpool played 91 games when they've done that. 82 win. And there's 9 draws and none defeats. That's been since December 2016. So this is over some sort of 5 or 6 year period. But this has actually happened. So it's not just any one day wonder. It's all been under Jurgen Klopp's tenure as Liverpool manager. Of course, he came as manager, of course, in early 2016 after Brendan Rodgers was sacked after a poor start to 2015-16. Tyler Roberts getting an early touch of the ball. He replaces Jack Harrison on the left-hand side. First time cross towards Bamford, who can't grow enough to head it goalwards. And here's Roberts now on the ball now. Roberts gets the crossing from the left. Ball breaks away. And now Mane can break. He goes over halfway, just to the left of the centre circle. Finds Jota and he plays a lovely 1-2. It's Mane into the area. 1-on-1 with Melier. The ball will break kindly and Salah's missed it. Leeds trying to claim a penalty. But they should have been 2 up, really. Mane was clean through. Now, corner's been given. But Liverpool wants a penalty for a foul on Mane. Well, he had the shot. And Salah should have made it absolute. It's shaved the right hand upright and got away. They checked VAR. And it looks as if it's just going to be a corner. And VAR had their check. No penalty. Jurgen Klopp, that's a sarcastic sort of smile, shakes his head in disbelief. He thinks it should be a penalty. It's only a corner. 49 minutes gone. 4 minutes into the second half. Matip and Strick now just need to be wary of the jostling and pushing going on. Alexander-Arnold's corner from the right. And they've got a chance inside the penalty area. And there's the second one. Beautifully put away. It's Fabinho from 4 yards. Stabbed it right-footed after a corner from Alexander-Arnold. Wasn't cleared properly by the Leeds defence. And the champions of 2 years ago take a firm grip on this game in Ellen Road. Corner kick taken by Alexander-Arnold. It was an outswinger. Leeds didn't really clear their lines properly. Made an absolute holics of it. The ball bounced nicely on the edge of the 6 yard area for Fabinho, who had a stab at it right foot, beat Melier and the man on the line, which was Rafinha. First touch to control it right foot, and then the second touch was just bang. Now they're checking the goal for potential offside against Sadio Mane, I think. Now, was he interfering with the goalkeeper's line of vision? That's what they're going to check. I actually, personally, don't think he's interfering with the goalkeeper's line of sight. But this is not up to me. It's down to Darren England now at Stockley Park to determine whether Mesler's sight was interfered with. Still checking the goal here. And it's from the same angle. He's had 2 or 3. He's had a lot to do. The goal's given. And Liverpool go 2 up. And that's his first goal since June last year. So terrific result for him. Of course, June, of course, they were playing the end of the season of the 2019-2020 season because obviously they still had 3 months of games to come in when they returned from a long 2.5-month break from the pandemic, of course, which closed everything down, but we managed to get football back and running during last summer. But it's his first goal since then, and a good moment for him. Liverpool 2 goals ahead. And here's Salah now on the right-hand side. Liverpool in complete control here of this Premier League game. Alternate delay commentary on JB Sports, J-DAC Football, Storm FM, TCB2, TCB itself. And, of course, we're on Periscope, Twitter and Twitch. Here's Jota now towards the edge of the area now for Liverpool. 52 gone. Leeds in big trouble now. Only 2 points to their name. That was from the previous 2 games. 2-2 when they came from behind twice against Rafa Benitez, Everton. And they pinched a point at Burnley. Oh, the goalkeeper, Alisson, almost in all sorts of trouble there. As Bamford closed in on him to try and close the effort down. Van Dijk doing the marshalling there. Possibility that Bamford may have pushed him from behind as well in order to try and get an advantage, but Alisson is too coy a goalkeeper to be fooled by that. In fact, the free kick was given to Liverpool. And a frustrating afternoon for Messrs Bamford and for Leeds. I don't think there's any 2 ways about that. There's been a chasing in experience so far, but Liverpool have had a lot of the play, have had the best of the chances, and even the most arduous of Leeds fans will have to concede that Liverpool, by large, have been the better side, but Leeds have just got to try and keep going and see if they can make a few opportunities for themselves and maybe just get themselves back in contention here at Ellen Road. They've certainly got the players and the personnel to do it. They've got Dan James on the bench, of course. New £30 million signing from Manchester United was deemed surplus to requirements when Cristiano Ronaldo came to Old Trafford. So he's got a chance to prove to his new fans what he's all about. Oh, lovely play there from Dallas into the 6-yard area. That's better for Leeds. Headed on by Tyler Roberts, but he headed it towards goal from 6 yards, and it was a tame sort of header. And Alisson took that all day long. And it remains 2-0 to Liverpool. As Robertson comes on a sortie forward. And so far, we're not really seen too much really from Harvey Elliott yet in this second half, but I'm sure we'll see him a little bit more as this second half goes on. Certainly impressed me in the first half. Don't think there was much doubt about that. That's the ball's looped off Ayling and out of play. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Leeds United 0, Liverpool 2. The Liverpool fans in good voice in the John Charles stand below me. Been a tough old afternoon for Leeds, but obviously there'll be more good fixtures for them to win points from if they can. Yeah, Russ thought it might be a Leeds victory, but we didn't factor in all the Brazilians coming back. Chance for Leeds, and it's gone wide. It was Tyler Roberts again, just inside the penalty area that time. It was a lovely work ball to Jack Harrison, who made the opening, spotted Roberts in a bit of space, and tried to be too clever maybe with the placement potentially there. Harrison laying him in. And when he has his time again, he may look back at that and say that was a chance wasted. Leeds' next match, incidentally, is against Newcastle, who were beaten 4-1 at Old Trafford yesterday. But put enough spirit and enough determination in their performance, despite being beaten by that scoreline. It wasn't a 4-1 by any means at Old Trafford yesterday, but they certainly meant business for large periods yesterday. And I thought Alan St. Maximin was their man of the match. And with 56 minutes gone in this game, Liverpool leading 2-0 at the moment. Melia now in possession for Leeds United. Once again, Strick taking possession. And back again to Melier once more. Liam Cooper on the ball now for Leeds. We trail 2-0, remember. Second half possession, 60-40 in Leeds' favour, but they've not really done much with that 60% possession so far in this second period. Which, when you look at it logically, it's quite a worry. You can see Jordan Henderson, incidentally, folks, come on. As Alisson tries to play Liverpool in a bit of trouble. Harrison just couldn't get on the end of it. And Liverpool got it out. And, Strick came in quite a bit hard. And, in fact, I think Mo Salah is a little bit worried about Harvey Elliott because it was a bit of a feisty challenge there. I have to say, it looked innocuous first time around. And real time from Strick. Obviously, Liverpool are concerned about the welfare of their player, and they have every reason to feel that now. Was that a red card offence? That'll be the first thing that that the referee will want to look at. Of course, VAR will have their 2 penalties as usual. Jurgen Klopp thinks it's a yellow red card. There's a bit of an eruption from the benches as well. Bielsa's off his feet as well. And the referee really does have a decision to make here. Does he book Strick or send him off? Jurgen Klopp doesn't think it's a yellow card. He thinks it's a red, and he's concerned about the welfare of his young lad. Play's obviously stopped it. First of all, it did look a bit innocuous, although I must admit, now the referee's got a big decision to make here. Was the challenge dangerous enough? It certainly is injured. Harvey Elliott up until now has been having a very, really, really good game. Jurgen Klopp has actually come on to the field of play here. And the stretch is already out now. Obviously, the referee has got to go through the motions and speak to Strick, of course. And he sent him off. And Leeds are not happy. Strick has been sent off. Without seeing a replay, I can't really comment whether that was a harsh decision or not. Without seeing a replay, Strick is obviously distraught about the whole thing. He did go in there to win the ball, in all fairness to him. So Pascal Strick, who came on as a substitute during the first half, has been shown the red card, his first red card of the season, for what hopes will be his last. Until I've seen a replay, I can't really be sure whether that was a sending off offence or not. Jordan Henderson is preparing to come on in all of that. Jurgen Klopp making experience playing there to 4th official Andy Madley. Patrick Bamford having a few words with referee Craig Porton. And the whole thing now is just turning into a little bit of a farce, but the concern now is for Harvey Elliott. There's no doubt about that. And Pascal Strick still on the field. Not being able to believe it. Melier putting a comforting arm around the Leeds player. I think there's a goal. He had the right to go for the ball. There's no doubt about that. But was it vicious enough to earn him a red card? Strick reluctantly makes his way down the tunnel. And Leeds 2 goals down, our man down. A puff from the cheeks of Mr. Klopp. And Strick still on the field. Having a conversation now with Virgil van Dijk here. And the game's been stopped now for about 3 minutes. And Virgil van Dijk there, what a good sportsman he is. Puts his arm, a consoling arm around Strick. You feel sorry for what happened. Strick is being applauded off by the Leeds fans, but he is sent off. And a someone looking, Pascal Strick makes his way down the tunnel. Jurgen Klopp is furious. Still arguing with Andy Madley, the fourth official, but I can tell you that the game has stopped. Harvey Elliott now concerned about him. We haven't seen a replay of the incident, but from my reading of it, it looks a horrible injury. And one or two of the medical staff obviously not sharing that, but well done to Leeds as well. Their medical team came on and took care of Harvey Elliott. Nice touch from Leeds. And I have to tell you that all sides of Ellen Road are reporting Harvey Elliott off the field, including Leeds supporters. And I think that's a nice touch. Everyone standing around Ellen Road as one for a stricken player. And look at the Leeds fans in the Don Reby stand. That is good. That's good sportsmanship from Leeds. They're a good bunch of supporters right to the last. And that's good to see, but it's not great from Harvey Elliott's point of view. He would have liked to have ended the game. Now he's been stretchered off. Has had to retire on the stretcher. Let's hope he's going to be okay. Jordan Henderson comes on in his place. Pascal Strick has been sent off. I haven't seen a replay of it. Looked a 50-50 ball. It may have been slightly late on that tackle. But having not seen a replay of it, I can't be too sure whether that was malicious or not. Because the tackle happens really at breakneck speed. But the injury doesn't look too good for Harvey Elliott. I can tell you that now. A man who was really having a good game up until now. Anyway, we're back underway now with 63 minutes played. There will be a chunk of stoppage time. And John Matip has possession for Liverpool. I'm just hearing from one or two people in the commentary boxes that Strick was very unlucky to be sent off. He wasn't a malicious tackle. It was just one of those innocuous things. As Liverpool go in search of a third, cross back and from Andy Robertson, well gathered there by Melier now. Well, Leeds' task has got a lot tougher now. Down to 10 men. Here's Jack Harrison now, left-hand side for the 10 men, looking for Bamford. They won't give in Leeds. They've got a good squad spirit about them. But you can tell how distraught not just the stricken player was, but the man who made the tackle. I don't think it was made with any great malice, but it was still a bit quite on the dangerous side, which has led to Harvey Elliott being stretched away. Jurgen Klopp now completely and utterly wound up, even at 2-0 up. I suppose with the Harvey Elliott thing, I think it's wound him up a little bit. Free kick given to Leeds. Well, 20 minutes gone in the second half. As we come up towards the halfway mark. Leeds need 2 goals with 10 men and some snookers, I think. But it's not beyond the realms of possibility. Rafinha to take the free kick from the left-hand side. Leeds 2 goals down and down to 10 men. Free kick comes in towards the back post. And it was Bamford again. Got completely underneath his header as he came in at the far right-hand post. In fact, 2 Leeds players were in offside positions. And the flag was up in a flash. Daniel James about to come on, the new signing from Manchester United. £30 million worth of player. And I think Leeds have got a good player with that money. They were due to sign him in 2019 from Swansea City, his club at the time before he moved to Manchester United later that summer. But for some reason, Swansea pulled the plug. James didn't get a move to Elland Road. He got a move to Old Trafford instead. Had a couple of seasons at Old Trafford, but now has joined Elland Road, and he's delighted about that. So to get Daniel James in is a good coup for them. Right. Going up towards 66.5 minutes, nearly 67 gone in the second half. If you just joined us, Liverpool leading 2-0, but Strick has been sent off for a challenge on Harvey Elliott, which has left Elliott having to go off on a stretcher. And in fact, the injury is so severe that the television director has not shown a replay of the incident. And when they do that, then the injury must be sickening enough to see. But he went in there with good intentions. Dan James ready to come on, but it's Liverpool's corner. Belted away by Melier. Robertson took it, foul there. Free kick to Leeds. Melier's taking the clouds there for a good measure from Virgil van Dijk. And a good reception for Daniel James. Off comes Jack Harrison. And Dan James now gets an opportunity to show what he's all about in a Leeds shirt. The Welsh international now on to make his Leeds debut. Signed on deadline day from Manchester United. Can he provide the oracle for his new side, who are 2 goals down and a man down? 67 minutes gone, halfway through the second half. Mind you, there will be a considerable chunk of stoppage time at the end of this second half. And Joe Matip now on the ball for Liverpool. Just trots towards the halfway line, practically at walking pace at the moment. And then rushes the ball back to Alisson, who's been virtually untroubled in this second half up until now. Of course, without seeing a replay, which might be very cringeworthy to watch, I couldn't really tell whether referee, whether the decision was sort of dangerous enough, but it certainly, I mean, I'm hearing that the challenge looked a little bit hard, the red card looked a little bit harsh, but it's hard for me to judge really what is an acceptable tackle which is going to get a player injured. In the olden days, they wouldn't have even got a red card, but there you go. That's how much football's changed as the cross comes in from Ayling, and Fabinho took it out of the goalkeeper's hands, basically. There's Daniel James. First touch to see what he can do. Bamford. Oh, he nearly got James in there. And it'll be a Leeds corner off Alexander-Arnold. Or is it? It's a goal kick, in fact. Came off Paul. That's finishes early cross. The goalkeeper not really getting almost a mix-up there with Fabinho. Oh, we're inside almost inside the last 20 minutes now at Elland Road. And it looks as if it's going to be Liverpool's day, although Harvey Elliott, the one blot on the copybook is Harvey Elliott's injury sustained in the hour mark. And we've been told he's been taken to hospital. Anyway, here on TC Hub, J-DAC Football, JB Sports, Storm FM and TC Hub 2. It's Leeds 0, Liverpool 2, Leeds down to 10 men. And goal kick to Leeds. Obviously not being able to catch up with that long ball, or attempt at the long ball by Virgil van Dijk. Don't forget our streaming partner for this season. Our streaming app partner for the season is the Melon streaming app. Check them out at www.melonapp.com. And of course, we're live on Twitter. We have a Twitter handle at Commentary Live 1. And we've got a Facebook page at the TC Hub, www.facebook.com/the Commentary Hub. And of course, our pros are also on Periscope, Twitter, and Twitch, as well as the YouTube broadcasts that we've got coming out for you here on this delayed commentary. 19 to play. Leeds 2 goals down and a man down. Junior Arpo now. Arpo gets it forward, and the referee's going to penalise Fabinho now. Daniel James there. Actually, when he's just joined Manchester United, he scored on his debut against Chelsea in a 4-0 demolition job. But they're happy to have him here, even though he's come from the enemy, really, Manchester. Free kick now to Leeds. Can they try and make a game of it? Free kick by Rafinha into the penalty area. Headed out, and here comes Sadio Mane. Mane coming forward. Good challenge there. Good committed challenge there by Cooper. Leeds have it now with Tyler Roberts, and Roberts will run at his man. Roberts goes down. I think he's looking for that penalty, and the referee is not going to buy that. Nice try, Tyler Roberts, but not in a month for Sundays. No penalty. And I think he knew it. No. Good persistent play there from Cooper. Definitely not a penalty. Anyway, at the other end, it's Alexander-Arnold. He's onside. He's inside the area. Alexander-Arnold shoots left-footed, straight in the arms of Meslier. I cut him from the right-hand side, and that would have wrapped it up there and then for Liverpool. The champions of 2020. Looking very confident at the moment. Good start to the season for them. Might hit for the title, incidentally. Liverpool on the TC Hub. Of course, William Russ actually had Leeds down to win, but that was before the Brazilian rules were changed. I'm sure that we're both not going to get any points out of that one. Neither are Leeds at the moment, for sure. You're listening to the TC Hub, alternate audio delayed commentary of Leeds versus Liverpool from the Premier League this afternoon. Fabinho winning it off Bamford, finds Henderson. Henderson gets Andrew Robertson in acres of space. And this is where Liverpool could really prop it now with Leeds down by a man, and that's a foul. It's a clear foul by Jordan Anderson, who's actually taking over the captain's armband from Virgil van Dijk now. As Leeds come forward now with Daniel James, the new guy from Manchester United. Here he is now. Trying to play a 1-2 with Liverpool, but he's lost possession, and here comes Mr. Salah. And Salah's now running down the right-hand side, and Mane's in lots of space. He's 1-on-1 with Meslier, and Meslier makes a good save, and he gets to the rebound as well. Sadio Mane could have put the game to bed there with a quarter of an hour to go, and now Leeds are going forward, and the flag has stayed down, and Tyler Roberts is through. It's Roberts now. He's got Bamford racing the gut there, and Bamford nearly getting in there, and collides with Alisson as well, but this was the second chance. Roberts getting beyond the last defender. Pace to burn, this kid who come on as a half-time sub. Pulled the ball back. Bamford couldn't get on the end of it. Hopefully we'll see the Mane chance in a few moments' time and try and rerun that. But here's Jota leading Salah. Salah's out of the area. Tries to shoot left foot and just shoots past the far left-hand post for a goal kick to Leeds. Now this was I'm just wondering if this is the Mane chance. It is the Mane chance. He's onside. He's clean through. And in actual fact, it was a good tackle there by one of the Leeds defenders. I couldn't tell who it was. Could have possibly been Cooper. If it was a great block. Right, Robertson to take the corner from the far side for Liverpool. He got a deflection, actually, that last shot from Salah. Robertson's corner, and it goes to the penalty area. Fabinho's in there, away by Cooper, but not very far. And Jota doing well against Kelvin Phillips. And what about that from Fabinho? Chips the ball over, but Melié's got it there, far too close to the goal goalkeeper there. Fabinho crossing in from the right-hand channel. And Ilham Millier, who's had little or no chance on the 2 goals that have been put past him. Attempts, Leeds have moved on to 8. Liverpool onto a whopping 21 attempts. That's at goal. On target, Leeds have had 3. Liverpool have had 6. So in terms of chances, it's been a lot closer. Certainly the ones on target, but no contest for total attempts where Liverpool have had a whopping 21 of them. But it's 2-0 to Liverpool. That's the important statistic to take away from this game so far this afternoon. And a day really that's been frustrating for Leeds. 2 goals shipped, a man lost. And it's been one of those days for Bielsa's side. He'll go to Newcastle, and of course, Strick can't play in that game because he'll pick up a suspension, of course. So that's a body blow for him, unless he appeals it. But of course, the game's been overshadowed by that challenge on poor old Harvey Elliott, who was having a super game, certainly running for our man of the match award up until that point. Anyway, here's Trent Alexander-Arnold picking up on the right-hand channel. And he goes back inside to Henderson, back to Matip. And return to Fabinho. I've got a man in the match to choose to think of and choose in the next 10 minutes or so. I'm sure better days are ahead for Leeds United. They've got a good squad. Just had a difficult run of fixtures at the start of the season. Robertson laning in there to Jota. Good dummy. Henderson shoots. Good save from the goalkeeper, Millier. Palmed it first time and then got it again at the second attempt to grab hold of the rebound. Well kept in by Robertson. Pulled the ball back. Lovely dummy there by Jota. And Henderson's effort well saved. It remains 2-0. Shots on target faced this season. Leeds, 26 shots faced on target. Newcastle, 24. Leicester and Norwich, 22 shots apiece. Here come Liverpool again with Mane coming into the penalty area. Comes to Robertson on the left. Inside to Mane and touched on to Henderson. Chipped in there towards Robertson again. Inside the area. Mane inside the area. Mane shoots. Deflected. Make that shot number 27 faced this season for Leeds. Will shot number 28 be on the way? Here's Matip now for Liverpool. Deep inside Leeds territory. Leeds have practically brought everyone behind the ball. As Jota makes his way, Jota shoots, hits the defender once again, and Leeds now can break. It's Nafinia now. Kelvin Phillips. Phillips hits a long ball forward, and now looks with Dan James on this path, near side rather. Takes on Alexander-Arnold. Oh, he's whipped him, and Alexander-Arnold got back there and concedes the corner. Brilliant wing play for both attacker and defender. Dan James is certainly a player that on his day can get supported on the edge of one seat. Stuart Downs to take the Leeds corner. Can they produce something spectacular now, maybe in the next 10 minutes or so? Dallas has take the corner. In it goes to the penalty area. Went in there. Cross comes back in there again. And too close to Allison that time. Already kicking the ball away. Missing them out here, are they? And so Liverpool come forward, and it's a chance here for Mane. Inside the area, Mane shoots. Oh, he's shot wide. I think he may have deflected wide. He just can't score for Toffee today. He's had about 4 chances. And they've neither been blocked by defenders, blocked by the goalkeeper, or deflected wide for corners. He just can't score for the one to try, and he turns the defender Cooper this way and that, but then Cooper gets back and makes an unbelievable block. In fact, it wasn't Cooper, it was Ayling rather. Mane can't believe his misfortune today. His team are still winning though. We're going to see the Ox come on. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Diego Jota is the man withdrawn. It's a nice hug of appreciation from his manager, Jurgen Klopp. He's a caring soul, Jurgen. Don't think there's any doubt about that. It's Alexander-Arnold prepares to take another corner towards the far post this time. Marnie shoots on the turn and Melier makes a good save, but I think the flag might have been up in any case for offside. Free kick anyway, regardless to Leeds. Again, they're going to have to play out from the back. As we go into the final 10 minutes, we've played nearly 81, 82 minutes. Delayed commentary on the TC Hub, JV Sports, J-DAC Football, TC Hub 2 and Storm FM. Also being streamed on Periscope, Twitter and Twitch. Bamford trying the audacious lob. And he nearly caught the goalkeeper out. Well, if he'd have caught Alisson out and put that in the back of the net, we'd have been talking about that goal for another 50 years. Bamford taking it just into the centre circle. And Alisson makes a brilliant one-handed save. Kept his eye on the ball, and that may have been dipping in. It would have been a brilliant goal. Certainly would have been up there for goal of the season contender, that's for sure. Certainly as far as match of the day is concerned anyway. And there wouldn't have been no arguments from any other fan that had got in, but Alisson denied us all that opportunity. This is how it happened. Just possesses Thiago here. Just gets to the edge of the centre circle as he strikes it. Must have been about 40 yards. 45, maybe a little bit more than that. Would have been some goal if he'd have managed it anyway. And it would have given us a game on again. As we come up now to the last few seconds of the game, the last few minutes of the game, I should say. Still Liverpool in a commanding 2-0 position. They've played. The game management's been absolutely amazing from their point of view, but their win, if it is to be a winner, will be tarnished with Harvey Elliott's injury. Here's Marnie into the area again, tackled, and then another mistake in the Leeds defence. And Rafinha covers up that mistake and gets it away before Oxlade-Chamberlain could actually get in there. Referee just pointing one or two things out as well, but I don't think it's going to be Mane's day. Good challenge there, and then Rafinha gets himself into all sorts of problems. Just wondering if there was a foul in there. That's what the referee's suggesting. So it is a free kick to Leeds, as it turns out. With a good game today, not been Leeds' day by any stretch of the imagination. Of course, they've lost a man. Without being too critical, here's Roberts now trying to lay in James, but how well has Marnie covered the ground as well, as the ball's not forward now to Henderson. Good long ball forward and looking towards Oxlade-Chamberlain. He leaves it to Salah and it hits Oxlade-Chamberlain and goes by the byline, I think, for a goal kick for Leeds. 5 minutes of normal time left to play. If you just joined us, Leeds 0, Liverpool 2. Salah and Fabinho either side of half time, the goal scorers. The match has been marred by a serious injury to poor old Harvey Elliott when there was a tackle made by Pascal Strick, which actually saw him sent off. And we've not seen a replay. We don't know the severity or the dangerousness of the tackle. It was a 50-50 ball. He just marginally missed it. We told there was shades of what Calvin Phillips was put for in midweek when England took on Poland in our live match earlier in the World Cup qualifiers earlier this week in our live match. Referee not happy. Handball by Henderson. So the club captain penalised now. 4 minutes to go. Played 86 minutes here at Ellen Road. Leeds 0. 10-man Leeds 0. Robert. Liverpool 2. Daniel James. He's really shown some promise on that left wing today. There's the ball. She's back to Melier now for Leeds. Better days will be ahead for Leeds. I don't think there's any doubt about that. They're a good side. There's certainly top 8 material on their day. There's no doubt about it. They've had some tough fixtures. Manchester United, Everton, Burnley, and of course Liverpool today. Been a tough start for them, but if they win against the best of the rest, then I've got no doubt that they'll be knocking around the top 10 now for the rest of the season. They're good enough too. Bamford laying it all in, but Roberts loses it, and now Leeds could be under a lot of pressure, but instead they're not. They've won the ball here. They're going to go forward if they can to try and save a bit of the face, but at the moment it's Marnie who's onside. There's 3 against 2. Leeds have got 3 defenders back. It's 3 against 3 now. Marnie still looking to finish it off in style. Gets the shot in, deflects. And another corner. I don't think it's going to be Mane's day somehow. We're coming to the final 2 minutes plus injury time. And the player, and I'm going to have to choose a man in the match very quickly. I'm going to give it to Fabinho of Liverpool. His work rate in midfield has been superb. And it took his goal ever so well. He's been a very big workhorse, along with certainly in the first half, Harvey Elliott and Thiago. So Fabinho's going to be my man in the match. With his hard work in midfield, and of course, the way he took that second goal, and of course, range was superb. So Fabinho is our man in the match, sponsored by Commentary Services. Right, Liverpool have a corner. Alexander Arnold to take it. Long out swinger again. He's this time doing it okay, but only as far as Henderson, who picks the ball up, but he goes backwards. And Andy Robertson now launches it now from halfway. Super pass into the path of Arnold, but corner kick conceded by Junior Firpo. Trent Alexander-Arnold will take the corner again. We're inside the last minute now. Should be at least 4, maybe 5 minutes extra to be added on because of the severity of Harvey Elliott, of course, who we hope will be back on the football field sometime in the not-too-distant future, one hopes. So here comes the corner then. Alexander-Arnold to take. Into the area it goes. Headed out once more. Henderson picks up the ball. Liverpool still leading 2-0. Salah and Fabinho, the goal scorer. Fabinho's got our Player of the Match award, sponsored by Commentary Services. Here's Tyler Roberts now for Leeds. As he's got Rafinha now. Looks like him and James have swapped flanks as the ball was knocked in from the left-hand side by Rafinha, but couldn't pick out Patrick Bamford. We're now into stoppage time at the end of the second half, and 8 minutes to be added on by referee and fourth official Andy Madley. And that's practically not just for the substitutions, but for the lengthy treatment that we had, that the staff had to give poor Harvey Elliott at the end. Actually, didn't actually realise it was 8 minutes, but these things do take time. So 8 minutes is a fair enough reflection of things. So we're into that first of the 8 minutes. At the end of this second half. As Phillips and Ayling, or Robert loses possession. Val Robertson off again on that left-hand side, the far side as I look. And Paul just bringing the tech to sort of walking pace now. Fabinho has it. Looks for Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold now checks. It just goes backwards, and Liverpool now just playing nice Ole sort of keep ball now. Credit to the Leeds fans who are staying. Most of them are staying to the end here. To not resisting the temptation to go home early and beat the traffic afterwards. It's been a tough day for Leeds, no doubt about it, but they'll have better days ahead. They'll pick up points, there's no doubt about that. Here's Henderson now down the right-hand side. Good cross needed, and it comes to the far side, and showing Armani will get his goal. Shoots it into the right-hand corner. Well, he studied at the sixth time of asking, but it's a third goal, and that puts the rubber stamp on a fantastic performance by Liverpool. Sadio Mane turned on the right foot, turned on a sixpence really, and then just hammered it past Meslier into the right-hand corner of the net. And that rubber stamps the Liverpool victory. 10-man Leeds 0, Liverpool 3. Game, set, and match for the champions of 2 seasons ago. With a lovely ball, Henderson set the ball up. Ball came back in, and Mane turned on the sixpence and made absolutely sure. Thiago played a part there, crossed in from the left. Mane, lovely turn. As I say, on a sixpence, just turns Liam Cooper there and Kelvin Phillips, and in it goes into the right-hand corner. Sweet as a nut. Leeds United 0, Liverpool 3. We played 3 of the 8 minutes at the end of the game. And that's Sadio Mane's 99th career goal for Liverpool. Thiago's come off. And Naby Keita is now on for Liverpool, who now lead by 3-0 here at Ellen Road this afternoon. And he's now out. It was a thankless task at 2-0 down with 10 men. Got even worse now. We've had almost half the 8 minutes gone. We need 3 goals in that remaining stoppage time, and now the fans are starting to leave in a drill. Certainly from where I'm seeing across the pitch towards the big 2-tiered Jack Charlton stand here at Ellen Road. Named after the Leeds legend, of course. Leeds have had a good first season back in the Premier League last year, but it was tinged with a lot of sadness because most of the Don Revie side had passed away. Terry Cooper, Norman Hunter, Jack Charlton, just being 3 of those people. Real Leeds legends of their own accord, of course. But having said all that, better times, I'm sure, are ahead for Leeds United. They're not a team that you could actually count as relegation fodder, no doubt about that, because I think their squad, you look at their squad on paper, and I think they are a decent squad. It's been an off day for them today. Maybe a touch harsh to be down to 10 men, but the tackle was severe enough to see Harvey Elliott go, and I suppose the referee in his mind said it was dangerous and deserves a red card. Maybe it was a touch harsh, really, the red card, but no denying that Harvey Elliott was definitely injured, and everyone at the TCO as Leeds conceded another corner. And our thoughts at TTR are with Harvey Elliott at the moment as he receives hospital treatment, taken to the local infirmary in Leeds. We've fought for Marcelo Bielsa, but they've come up against a good side there today. Liverpool have been very businesslike. The game management has been amazing, very professional. As the corner comes in towards Fabinho, who gets, of course, is our man of the match in association with commentary services. Onside it is Robertson now. Has to check. Fabinho again in a lot of space. And just runs it out towards the left-hand side again. Keita now chips it in, looking towards Mane. And here's Oxlade-Chamberlain. Oh, it's a good run by Oxlade-Chamberlain. Has he done too much? He's got to the byline. The ball deflects and Melier catches it, no trouble at all. 2 minutes of the 8 to go. And a good result this for Liverpool as they try and challenge Manchester City at the top of the Premier League standings. Of course, Manchester United you have to put into the mix now with the added ingredient of Mr. Ronaldo, who I had the privilege of commentating on for the TC Hub yesterday, and I absolutely enjoyed that commentary. 4-1 to Manchester United over the poor Newcastle side, it's got to be said. But Liverpool really performing to their maximum. Here goes Keita now running towards the area, virtually undetected. Robertson's cross deflects. The ball breaks to Alexander-Arnold, who's attempted to have a shot, and he does, left-footed. It's well wide past the right-hand post and a goal kick. With 1 minute of the 8 to go to Leeds United. Well, the only dissatisfaction on a satisfactory day really is that injury to Harvey Elliott. And I'm sure Russ will tell you what extent it is. So Mane has had 10 shots. Leeds have had 9. So Sadio Mane on his own have had more shots than Leeds United. That's not... Before any Leeds fans, including our host and producer, actually says to me, "You're taking the mickey." Well, it's absolutely true. It's sitting on the monitor in black and white. Tyler Roberts for Leeds. Now, Rafinha. Can Leeds at least pull one back and finish with a flourish? Not this time. Free kick. And I think that might be the last time. 5 seconds of the 8 to play. And I don't think there'll be even any time maybe for this free kick. In fact, he'll allow the free kick to be taken, and he now bolts for full time. So Leeds are beating 3-0. Shaking the hands between Klopp and Bielsa. Fist pumps as well too. Leeds well beaten in the end. Good performance, and it's got to be said by Liverpool. But the game goes from Salah, Fabinho, and Mane eventually winning the day. But the ring was marred by a nasty injury to Harvey Elliott, and we all hope he's going to be okay. Leeds had the man sent off. That was the substitute glitch who came on halfway, around about the half an hour mark, and was sent off on the hour mark. Better days surely ahead for Leeds United, that's for sure, but it's been a chasing one for them today. Beaten by 3-0 by Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, who are now surely on the charge at the top of the Premier League. It's all ended sportingly with handshakes. But as we leave you and hand back to Russ, the final score at Ellen Road is 10-man Leeds 0, Liverpool 3.
Thanks, JB. Great commentary there from JB as Liverpool win by 3-0. But will be overshadowed by the injury to Harvey Elliott. Everyone here at the commentary will send him our best wishes for a speedy recovery and hope he's back playing again soon. From all of us here at the commentary, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you again soon.